I gotta mute this because it's gonna fucking blow up on. I gotta mute it. Ah, fuck! I gotta mute it. Hang on. Ah. Oh man. Bravo, Encore! Bravo! I like this game. I like this game. You're sitting there saying it's stupid? Oh, man. I'm drinking this shit up. I like this more than I thought I would. Oh, my God. Are you... It's so... It's got a good thing going for it. It's cinematic, man. It's some Kino shit. I like it. I like it. Fuck me, but fuck you. I mean, if you cannot see what's so nice, I'm afraid you're dead inside. If you cannot enjoy what this game, it is a simple game. It is presenting it in a very simple light, and it holds itself very well. There's not a whole lot of bugs or glitches. Everything maintains a nice level of function. I don't want to say stability because it got kind of nasty in the end there, but... Oh. Calling me a weeb and shit, huh? Listen, I'll take it. I'll take one for the team. I'll join the weeb side. They convinced me. The weebs convinced me, until Assassin's Creed comes out. But, man, this game was very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed it up until the last minute. It's so easy for these games to get very boring. Very boring, and it's so easy for these games to feel like a grind. This one did a good job of not quite getting to that point. It didn't quite get to that point. It was getting there, though. That's kind of why I beat it, but it didn't quite get there. I think it's kind of my fault. I kind of moved it along longer than it should have been, right? I put in more time with the side stuff. I think maybe if I had beaten it a little bit faster, that might have been appropriate. But, I mean, I still... The thing is it's a real lesson that I drew this game out because I enjoyed it that much. I mean, it's not like it does anything amazing, but what it does very well, and then it takes it in a bit of a different direction, right? You finally have something different from Assassin's Creed while still having that gameplay. This, to me, is probably the most crazy thing, because we already have Assassin's Creed. We've had a billion Assassin's Creeds. Then we had Shadows of War and Shadows of Mordor, and that was another take, a perfect, in my opinion, refinement of the Assassin's Creed system. These guys managed to take that system, and rather than try and compete with Assassin's Creed, they're like, all right, we like how that plays. Let's dress it with some samurai stuff and put in samurai aesthetics and mechanics, and let's try that. And they came up with a pretty interesting game. And now, I don't like the stance switching. I don't really like having to change stances so fucking much. Literally every enemy you have to switch a stance for. But even though I don't like it, it works. And it does kind of have a flow to it. It's a bit of a difficult thing to do because like the R2 is doing so many different things. It's picking things up. It's letting you change your ghost moves, which I hardly even used. So it's doing a lot of heavy duty. R2 is just a multifaceted button. And then on top of it, you gotta change your stances in the middle of the fight, which was very not easy. It was just not easy. But eventually you do get into it and you get kind of a flow of how it goes, and then you learn how to divide people and kind of separate into little mini duels in the middle of a heated battle. This was a really fun game. I don't know what else to tell you. You could have had Fall Guys now. You'll get it tomorrow. Shut the fuck up. That game's going to be dead in a week. This game, I was really happy with this game. I'm so glad I spent my entire vacation playing this game. I can't believe I couldn't have beat it during that vacation time, but it doesn't matter. We beat it now, a week after. Man, I don't know. The thing is I don't really have anything to say about this game that is all that bad. There's really not a whole lot bad, with the exception of the buttons do so many things that you really need them to do something immediately, right? Especially when you're getting hit you lose control, and you can't do whatever you're trying to do. It's so easy to hold down the bow attack and then forget what D-pad you gotta press. Like, there's so much you can do at any time. It kind of steps on itself. There's so much that your buttons can do, and they all kind of overlap on the same buttons, and while you're getting hit and you're trying to attack, it fumbles the controls a lot. And so I'm kind of fighting the controls a little bit, and I hate that, but it works. It works, and you can get into a flow of things. Just don't overthink it, and you'll do okay. You know, you don't have to switch between all your fucking things. You can just set it on a kunai, set it on the half bow, and Bob's your uncle. Go play with the sword. You know, hold R2, switch to your stance, beat the guy up, hitting triangle to break their guard, and then doing normal damage. Like, it's not that I'm like super in love with that, but it works, and I could see what they were trying to do, and I think for how they built the game around those mechanics, they did a pretty good job. Honestly, I enjoyed this easily as much as I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I keep going back to that because the simple fact is this is an Assassin's Creed game. It's just a much more samurai-focused one to the point of mechanics, and that is really to its benefit. It really doesn't try to be Assassin's Creed. It just tries to be a really cool samurai flick, and I really like that approach, even though we lose a lot of AC stuff in it. You can't climb anything. It really just loses a lot of the Assassin's Creed direction. But that's okay, because it makes up for a lot of that in this nice... And can we talk about how nice it looks? It looks like a really oversaturated samurai film. And the color changes with the ghost mode and the slowdowns, and it presents itself so awesome. I guess I'm a weeb now. I mean, I'm a weeb. This game has made me a weeaboo until I start talking shit about weeaboos. But I am down with this game. It's very cool. The outfits were alright. Okay, outfits, kind of trash. The outfits are kind of trash. I didn't like a lot of them. Outfits were kind of trash. The swords were alright. The bows are fine. It plays really well, is really the big thing. Okay, hang on. Let me unmute this for you guys if my mouse will work. Here we go. Internet. This was fun. Tula, I like this game. But it's over. It's dead. It's gone. It's out the door. Beat it. And that's that. That was a very impressive 7.5 hour stream. I enjoyed it a lot. And, you know, this game is just very pleasing. It's a very pleasing game. I'm honestly completely surprised, man. I'm totally surprised that there's, you know, when Shadows of Mordor came out, when Shadows of Mordor came out, I was wildly surprised because it became an Assassin's Creed clone that perfected the mechanics of Assassin's Creed. It perfected it. And then built on top of it some really cool shit like the Nemesis system. So it was very impressive, and I kind of thought this is it. There's no taking the Assassin's Creed formula and doing anything else with it. We've pretty much hit peak efficiency. Now these guys have taken the Assassin's Creed formula, dialed back a lot of the free running and stuff like that, but they engineered it to be a samurai flick with its own mechanics and its own kind of going on. And I am comfortable kind of putting it right up there with Assassin's Creed, some of the best ones. Shadows of War, Mordor, which were absolutely fantastic. This game is easily up there with them. I don't quite have the love for it the way I do Shadows of War and Mordor. I absolutely adored those games. Assassin's Creed 4, by and large, has been like the best out of everything other than maybe Shadows. This one sits right underneath those guys. And the only reason I do that is because the Japanese medieval samurai setting, it's never really been for me. It's not really my jam. But for something that I don't really care about that much, these guys did a really good job of making me care about it. Like, I like it a lot. The setting is great. The story is simple, but it's a samurai story, you know? And I kind of feel pretty comfortable. Like, I would almost advise people to just largely do the main story and be done with it. Because the side story and everything were a little drag on and stuff like that. You know, I got tired at the end. But the main story is really good. It's really good for what it is. And I think if you play it in a short enough times period where you just kind of do the main story stuff, it works out really well. You know, maybe doing some side things here and there to get like your health up, to get some more points and all that shit. But ultimately, I think if you play this in a little bit more of an efficient way than I do, that this game is absolutely fantastic. I think it's fantastic. I liked it a lot. Granted, I'm not really going to miss playing it, though. I'm not going to miss playing it, but I am going to miss having something to look forward to. I really enjoyed having this game to grind and play. I really did. Gave me something to do. It let me stream a lot. And I had a base level of fun that just stayed there. And it just kind of stayed there. You know, this is my kind of a game where I'm engaged just enough to really coast on by, have a nice stream, talk shit about whatever, while enjoying myself and shushing during the actual lore. If the new Assassin's Creed gets to that level, I'll have considered the new one a wild success. Now that I have played this one, I'm not sure if the new Assassin's Creed is going to be as good. I'm just not sure. I'm kind of hesitant now. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it exactly. But I'm still excited, so it's kind of... I'm mixed. I'm really mixed. But for a game that I really didn't care about, I like it quite a bit. I really like it quite a bit. I think it was very cool. Man, it's very cool. How long did I play it for? I mean, I put a shit ton of hours into a game that could be beaten, I think, in 30 hours. I put definitely over that, for sure. But I did a lot of weird random shit. The duels are really fun, and the design of some of the basic clothing, the Rurouni Kenshin look is great. They did a good job. I'm surprised. Color me surprised. Sucker Punch, huh? Ooh. I'm like wildly happy. I'm glowing. I'm glowing. I just beat a nice game. I don't look forward to not having something to play. So, at this point, though, I mean, I'm not going to get any DLC for this crap. You know, I'm not going to bother. It's never really worth it.